completely different kind of government structure, and it's being modernized through amendments, and that legislation tends to be a little bit more difficult to deal with. So all you want is you want to pull out of your enabling legislation, what does this board have to do to achieve the purpose of the organization? And then if there's anything within the legislation that's specific to the role of the chair, whether the minister appoints the chair, whether the board itself decides who the chair is, will have an impact on your own roles and responsibilities. Do all of are you all appointed by the minister? Anybody appointed by their own board?
All appointed by the minister. All are political appointees.
Okay, and there's something sort of disparaging about that. It's not meant to be, but the concept is if you're a political appointment, there's something kind of tainted, and that's just the nature of the beast. But even though the minister has appointed you, I think in this government, on the basis of looking for...
Listen, I want y'all to stop sending me invitations to these what's supposed to be business ventures. I knew I was in the wrong place when they started talking. They said one line. Now I'm down here at the lovely, beautiful Radisson Hotel on the island of Grenada. It's supposed to be some type of government business conference meeting, and I heard business. I'm not sure if I heard entrepreneurship or whatever, but somebody sent me a flyer. Sumaya, I think it was you. Listen, first of all, when I walked in, they all had on these long sleeves, these jackets tied up to their necks. You know, the government office thing, the thing that I have not done, not interested in, not going. First of all, I should have known when it was 9 to 4, because Natural has not said in anything from 9 to 4. 9 to 4 to me is a slave shit. Now, I don't mean to knock what anybody has to do to survive, but Natural left 9 to 4s and 9 to 5s, walked away from that crap. For me, it's crap. Many, many years ago, and I have no intentions of going back to it. So when I walked in, everybody looked like they worked at the Ministry of Finance. Let me say that. On the door it said Ministry of Finance, but I'm thinking because it was only 2 conferences in there. One was Ministry of Finance, the other one was Agriculture. I know I'm not agriculture. And I'm like, let me go back and look at this flyer that this young lady sent me, because it sounded a little interesting, because I would have never. I did hesitate because 2 days 9 to 4 would kill me. I ain't sitting nowhere and no air condition for 9 to 4 for 2 days. I don't do those things no more. I'm too free in my spirit for that. It's the reason why I created and sustained my own. So I sat there and I was going to keep the camera on me and record. And so they just start talking about all this stuff that I haven't done in well over 18 years. And I'm like, not interested in, haven't done on purpose. So this gentleman finally walks over and he says, are you in the right place? I said, I don't think so. He said, well, we're going to have to ask you to leave and put the camera away. I said, the camera's on me and it's not even on. And you don't have to ask me to leave anywhere, because I was just getting ready to get up and go. I was just sitting in here. I thought I'd drink some water and hear another line and maybe trying to figure out who the hell sent me this invitation to my box. Sumaya, I think it was you. Oh my gosh, this was the worst experience ever. So anyway, I was just trying to kill time because I was supposed to have an appointment at 11:30. And I'm not sure what's happening here. It looked like it might rain. And so I'm going to get me something to eat and go back to my place. And I hope by the time I get in town, they done called me for the appointment, so I won't have to go way home and handle my business. But boy, this is some bullshit here. Bullshit here. all that. I sat there, y'all see that? I sat there and I said, I'm gonna put on here, I know I'm in the right place. I wasn't gonna make a video. I was just going to put on there, I know I'm in the wrong place. I know I'm in the wrong damn place. God diggity dog. So anyway, Radisson, it was nice hanging out with you today. Love and respect. You know what, guys? I literally came home to make me some kale chips. And I want to apologize to anybody who may have felt like I didn't respect people who work 9 to 5. It's just that I'm not interested no more. So I guess the thing was he didn't have to ask me to. Anyway, it's over. Kale chip time it is. Oh gosh, what a day, y'all. So listen, my kale chips are in the oven. I am laying on my living room sitting. I got up real early for this supposed to be business. And you know one thing I've been getting lately? I'm okay not being on every boat. That was clearly something that it wasn't meant for me. You know how the universe, this is why we got to pay attention to not the adversary. When the universe speaks, when our ancestors are speaking to us, when the creator is speaking to us. Because I instantly knew that I was in the wrong place when I entered the door. I'm so glad to be back home, fixing my kale chips, laying on my mud cloth, smelling the kale, of the aroma of the kale, opposed to being down at Radisson, looking at all these people. They look like they work up in the gardens. Now, like I said before, I don't mean to knock anyone who has to work a 9 to 5. I worked one for years because I didn't know any better. I'm so sorry if I'm offending y'all. But it's the best thing I could have did for myself. That's the best thing I could have did for myself, y'all. One of the best things I could have did for myself was walk away from a 9 to 5. I'm telling you, I've done some amazing things for myself over the years, and I'm starting to notice them and give myself credit for them. You know, I just am. You know, I don't know if this happens when you get more mature in life, because I never thought about these moments. I am literally giving myself credit where credit is due. We don't do that enough. Make sure you give yourself credit where credit is due. I'm going to enjoy my kale chips. Y'all have a lovely day. And until we meet again, please like, subscribe, and share.